below the belt. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If a remark is below the belt, it is very insulting and unfair. 2. Unfairly targeted at one's weakness, or vulnerability. The phrase refers to boxing, in which hitting an opponent, below the waist is prohibited. 3. That is below the belt is cruel, and unfair. 4. To say something that is often too personal, usually irrelevant, and always unfair. 5. To not have regards for the rules, that have been set out, in order to ensure that, the fight stays fair. Examples. 1. Ahead of the elections, politicians won't hesitate to aim below the belt. 2. It's malicious propaganda, it's hitting below the belt, and it's unfair, he added. 3. We cannot write like Hazlitt, but we will not below the belt, as he did sometimes. 4. One report suggested that, below the belt tactics, generally do not work. 5. Theirs are cunning displays of, how to hit below the belt, without bruising the victim. 6. Please be aware, that descriptive lambasting below the belt is a technical foul. 7. When you hit people below the belt, you get a different result than you expect. 8. His stand-in was then disqualified, after hitting Thomas twice below the belt. 9. Magic publicly disparaging Ding, a class individual, is a shot below the belt. 10. At right angle, below the belt is the sword, made up of another, fainter line of 3 stars. 11. The mayor replied it was disgraceful, and below the belt to suggest he was biased. 12. Point being, fans do their research, and are completely cool with hitting below the belt. Let the cat out of the bag. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If you let the cat out of the bag, you reveal a secret, probably one that you promised to keep to yourself. 2. To reveal, or say something that is supposed to be secret. 3. To allow a secret to be known, usually without intending to. 4. To tell someone a secret, especially without intending to. Examples. 1. It can do no harm, now to let the cat out of the bag, and tell the whole truth. 2. I'm sorry. Jim knows about last week's party. I'm afraid I let the cat out of the bag. 3. Some idiots let the cat out of the bag, Mrs. Simpson realizes there's something going on. 4. She let the cat out of the bag, of course, and people would know we were foreign. 5. I was trying to keep the party a secret, but Mel went and let the cat out of the bag. 6. I don't know if I was the one who let the cat out of the bag, Holt said. 7. Never, ever tell Martha anything personal, she always lets the cat out of the bag. 8. He gave me $500, someone must have let the cat out of the bag, that I got fired from my job. 9. So if anybody knows Ms. Roberts's mom, she implored, don't let the cat out of the bag. 10. Well, I'm not sure I want to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, McAdoo said. 11. With digital, we let the cat out of the bag a long time ago, and it was the right thing to do. 12. This is where you let the cat out of the bag, and get input from people you trust and respect. Mend one's fences. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To try and repair, or restore a relationship that has been marred by an argument, or misunderstanding. 2. To try to be friendly again with someone, after an argument. 3. To try to become friendly with again, after you have offended them, or argued with them. Examples. 1. Mark is very good at mending fences with people he had previously hurt. 2. Voice over Stephen Morgan wants to mend fences with the council, not build obstacles. 3. Jason mended fences with his mother by replacing the teapot that he had broken earlier. 4. The senator always goes home weekends and spends time mending his fences. 5. Perkins, currently head of the Alliance, said he tried to mend fences with O'Malley but was rebuffed. 6. Had managed to annoy every member of the family, and thought he'd better mend his fences. 7. The king is out of the country on a fence-mending mission to the European community. 8. He knew assuredly he should go and mend his fences with the priest. 9. The two countries fought a border war a decade ago, but now they are mending fences. 10. After the election, he spent a lot of time mending political fences. 11. It sounds like you need to mend fences with the human resources manager. Not be cut out for something. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To lack the right qualities, or character for a particular lifestyle or job. 2. Not suited to, or capable of doing some activity or task. 3. To not be the right type of person for something. Examples. 1. As you'll have gathered, I left medicine anyway. I wasn't really cut out for it. 2. I'm sorry, but you don't seem cut out for dealing with so many customer complaints. 3. Dad says I'm not cut out for the military, but I think I can thrive in such a structured environment. 4. Sam is still a lifeguard, he's just not cut out for a 9-to-5 job. 5. I'm not cut out for that, I'll say if something is good, or bad if I'm asked, she said. 6. You are not cut out for this, it is likely that they move on to something else, and that is not a bad thing, he said. 7. Why do you think that you're not cut out for this job? 8. She does not seem cut out for this tough neighborhood. Pass the buck. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Shift the responsibility for something to someone else. 2. To blame someone, or make them responsible for a problem that you should deal with. 3. To leave a difficult problem for someone else to deal with. Examples. 1. Don't pass the buck. Stand up and admit you were wrong. 2. Not knowing the law, or trying to pass the buck to another company in the chain is no excuse. 3. Diplomats say NATO is clearly at fault, and that officials there are trying to pass the buck. 4. Shouldn't we now be acknowledging blame, rather than passing the buck? 5. That particular supervisor tends to pass the buck of all light duties to newly hired interns. 6. Politicians have two skills, making empty promises, and then passing the buck, when they fail to deliver on them. 7. Maybe instead of passing the buck, you should have a think about what you could be doing. 8. His three commanders-in-chief were arguing, and passing the buck to one another. 9. However, his apology, in this age of buck passing and dodging, was frank and honest. 10. The same thing happens after every disaster. All the officials involved just try to pass the buck. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos.